When did you fall in love with wrestling?
I get. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, my bad. I guess when I fell in love with wrestling, I started mainly watching it when I was a kid, and then you stop watching it for a little bit. But I got back in around, I guess, about 2007 when John Cena was doing his whole run. He had the feud with Edge, and that just glued me to the TV. Edge and John Cena just glued me to the TV every day. And then I really got back in it when doing the Daniel Bryan saga, doing 2013 for his chance for WrestleMania. So that what got me back into it, really.
That's a good place to start, to start back in it, because there was a lot of, controversy with that, in the sense that was like a fan-driven rise for Daniel Bryan. Like, everybody and their mom was like, no, like, you keep trying to shove this person in our face. No dissing my tribal chief Roman Reigns or whatever, but they were trying to shove Roman Reigns in our face when we really wanted Daniel Bryan, and all of the fans were like, no, we want this dude, and we pushed him and occupied Raw up to the point to where he was able to main event WrestleMania and win those titles. So that was a huge moment. So how did you feel about Daniel Bryan making it all the way to the top at WrestleMania 30?
I felt happy for him. It's like watching a friend or somebody, finally make it out the hood. They made out the hood. Now they're doing good for themselves. But I do believe, low key, I think WWE kind of planned it, because I think they knew. I think they knew for a bit that they wanted to do this. They just didn't really want to do it. But I think personally that they knew they were going to do it, because they had all the matches with Randy Orton, and they put it on them, then they take it back. I'm like, oh, they're just going to get, eventually they're probably just going, he's going to win it eventually. So why not WrestleMania? And the match with Triple H, all the drama, it's a soap opera. So yes, when they finally did it, it was amazing. I loved every moment of it.
Yeah, I loved hearing about it from afar, and I remember one of my college teachers, because I was in college at the time, so I was watching wrestling off and on, and then seeing that happen and hearing about, one of my communications teachers, Dr. McDonald, shout out to you, she was actually on a flight to New Orleans and saw The Undertaker on the plane, and did not know that was what was going on until she got back and realized that Daniel Bryan was on the plane as well. And I thought that was so cool, because she showed that picture in class, and I was the only one who freaked out, because I'm a big wrestling fan, and everybody in the college classroom was like, what? Like, they didn't expect that from me at all. So what I do want to ask you is, since you've been a wrestling fan, have you had any moments where someone was either really surprised that you were a fan, or kind of made fun of you because you were a fan, or something like that?
Growing up, everybody liked to watch wrestling. My dad would make fun of it, because it's all, this is fake, right? Like, it's a kid, we're kids, doesn't mean that. But no, I think every person I met just generally liked wrestling. I guess I've been one of the lucky ones. So all my friends were into wrestling, or they didn't really know much about it, but they still kind of liked it. So especially shout out to my boy Deron. He's what really got me back into it, because he was a huge wrestling fan. He had like all the belts. He had pictures of everything. He was like super into it. And he was the one who told me it was scripted, because I had no idea it was scripted. I knew it was fake, but I had no idea they like planned stuff out. So he the one who told me about all that. And that low key, that took me by surprise, honestly. Yeah. Oh, I got nothing to say. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's funny because I never really thought it was fake until there was this one moment where I did see where somebody was looking like they got into a really bad accident. But as it turns out, they wound up coming back on television like the next week. And I was just like, oh, my God. But yeah, that's really what it was. And I was just like, oh my God, like I thought that was really what was going on until my dad explained it to me. But I really felt like that was happening until, of course, he had to come back on television to deal with the Benoit tragedy. So what I will ask you is, do you have any favorites right now? Like, are you watching wrestling right now? And if you have any specific favorites, male or female?
Let's see. I haven't had a chance to like sit down and watch Raw or AEW, because work is super busy, and I just have no time to do anything, and I ain't got cable, so. But yeah, I do follow a lot on like social media. One guy I found out about named Dan Housing. I haven't seen his matches, but I saw the look. Like, you know what? I like this guy. I instantly fell in love with him. It's him. I still like Kenny Omega. Who else? I like Okada from New Japan. He's cool. Daniel Bryan. Who else? And Raw right now. Still like the New Day. I wish. It sucks Brock Lesnar beat Big E for the title, and he's not gonna get a rematch. ever, but that sucks. But I do like the Roman Reigns, what they're doing Roman right now. It's amazing compared to what they were doing. I'm like, they finally making him a heel. The Tribal Chief thing is dope. With Paul Heyman, the Brock Lesnar feud. Low key, I'm really liking Bobby Lashley too. So yes, women, Sasha, Bailey, they're doing their thing. And I'm iffy on Becky right now. Her and Charlotte, they're just, especially Charlotte. I don't know what Charlotte's doing. She's playing by her own games, it seems. That's all I can think of right now from women. Oh, Bianca Belair, she's amazing as well. And Io Shirai, I love her as well.
Yeah, that's basically a who's who in wrestling in terms of WWE, and a lot of people in New Japan. I really admire that in that aspect, because sometimes I try to give New Japan a little bit of a chance, but sometimes I just really miss it because it comes on during certain hours where I'm not able to watch, or I'm just too tired from another wrestling show that I was just watching. So yeah, I do. Yeah, you're basically like have a really great solid list of, who you like and who you want to, see in the future and stuff. So, one last question for you. No, not necessarily. One question, but I guess you can count it as a hot take. What is your prediction for the next couple of months, seeing as WrestleMania is happening? And then you also have AEW doing Revolution, which is sort of like their biggest pay-per-view as well, kind of like the equivalent to that. So what do you think is going to happen within the next few months?
Let's see. Well, we're going to get a super hot take. We're going to get a fatal four-way between Roman, Lashley, Lesnar, and Goldberg for all the titles at WrestleMania for both titles. Roman's gonna win, of course. And low-key, I don't even know who are the champions in AEW, because I haven't had a chance to watch any AEW thing related, honestly.
Okay, so the AEW world champion at this stage is Hangman Adam Page. The TNT champion is Sammy Guevara, who is here in the building at KamiCon today. And the TBS champion is Jade Cargill, because that's a women's title. Yeah, she's the first ever TBS champion. And the women's world champion for AEW is Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Let's see. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I feel like Cody Rhodes is gonna shove his face in something AEW. He's gonna force his way into the main event somehow, because that's just what Cody does. And then I don't know, Chris Jericho's probably gonna come back and probably beat Jade Cargill for her title or something. And who else? I don't know. Maybe Kenny Omega wins the title back. I can't tell you honestly. So I don't watch enough AEW to really know. Who knows? Anything can happen over there. It's a little more unpredictable than WWE is right now. But I'm interested. I'm gonna have to start watching whenever I get some chance to, actually. So, yeah.
Okay, well, I do definitely recommend it if you are a huge fan. But thank you so much for sitting with me and talking with me about wrestling. So if you want to tell people where they can, follow you on your social media, then you can do so right now.
Oh, sure. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at OddLions, ODDLIONS. Or you can listen to my podcast, Rodney Review, which is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you can listen to your podcast. I cannot talk. Jesus Christ. Anyway, this has been fun. Thank you. Another say. Oh, Luger should have won the title at SummerSlam or WrestleMania 10. That's what I'm just saying. They should have just gave it to him and just let Bret Hart beat him at the end. That should happen. But yes, but this has been fun. Thank you. I enjoyed it. My first wrestling interview. I hope I don't sound too stupid over here, but I appreciate it.
Oh no, you never sound stupid. This is a welcome place for everyone. So thank you, Rodney, for coming on the Hardy Wrestling Podcast.
Best podcast in the business right now. Best wrestling podcast in the business. OSW. Who else? Steve and Steve. Who else? Cultaholic. Parts Unknown. Y'all finished. This is the best right here to ever do it. I'm telling you.
Thank you.